The Tainted Love Network presents It's Getting Drafty in Here with Magnificent Stan, a show about nothing.
Well, what's the show about? About nothing.
With special guests.
We're on the clock.
Then when are we sending in the ticket? I already sent the ticket.
Hello, welcome to episode 10 of It's Getting Drafty in Here. I am your host, Brian, otherwise known as Magnificent Stan. Today is Friday. This is our first Friday episode. It's going to be Fridays from now on, but moving forward. But yeah, today is February 17th, 2023. And today we're going to be discussing feature films from the year 1999. My two guests today, they are both part of the Ass Crew, all sports scene. First, we got Sean O'Brien. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how are you? How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good. I did make sure that everybody knows that they're supposed to bully you tonight, so be on the lookout for that.
Bring it, nerds.
Right on. We also have Jordan from All Sports Scene as well. How you doing, Jordan?
Yes, All Sports Scene and also Southside Sox. So.
I apologize. Yeah, I forgot to mention that as well. Yeah, I had that in my notes, but I don't pay attention. So
yeah, I'm doing.
Getting ready for the wonderful, exciting Sox season coming.
No.
I'm boycotting, so no.
Yeah. If I wasn't invested in a actual season ticket plan, I probably would kind of step on a little bit. But
Yeah, sell them. Make some money.
Who's gonna buy them?
That's a great point. Nobody wants to see this dog shit team.
No, I had trouble. I honestly, like, even last year when they were looking okay for a while, I was still having trouble selling tickets when I couldn't go. So,
really,
yeah. Yay, Christina! Fuck the Sox. Okay.
Woo.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start the draft right away. Let's as usual with this show, and again, I can't believe we're on episode 10 already of this show. It's flown by. I'm having so much fun that it just I don't even remember any of the other episodes at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and start. This is the first time I have the first pick in the draft. I am gonna go with the David Fincher mega hit, but it wasn't a hit in the theater, of Fight Club. So I'm gonna go Fight Club. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, just top to bottom, fantastic movie. And yes, I agree with our buddy Sugar Baggy. This is just an absolute heavyweight year for movies. You guys picked the topic, and you picked a hell of a topic, because when I started researching, I was shocked at how awesome it was. So yeah, Fight Club is actually one of my favorite movies of all time, probably top 5. It's perfectly acted. It's perfectly pieced together. I love that it's all over the place, and you piece it together yourself. It's a lot of weird little Easter eggs in there. And yeah, just terrific movie. What do you guys think?
Very misunderstood by a certain subset of people.
Yeah. The worst person all of us know loves that movie, but it's also a great movie on its own. But it's an amazing satire.
Yeah,
it's so wonderfully quotable too. You know, like my favorite line in that whole movie is when Marla goes, "Oh man, I hadn't been fucked like that since grade school." You're just like, what?
Apparently the line was something different, and they told Fincher to change it, and they changed it to just something so much worse than it originally was.
She was supposed to say something like, "Well, I guess it's time for my abortion," or something like that. I read that today too, and yeah, the studio's like, "No." So then she said, "Man, I think that's worse."
It's like change it to anything but that, and then it's like make it worse. It's like something. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is, and again, I love that movie. I did take down for my list that I made. I did the budget and the gross for everything. The budget was $63 million, and it only made $37 million in the United States, and it was 101 worldwide. So
wow.
was not that successful, and then it just kind of blew up afterwards. So I think Edward Norton is probably one of my 2 or 3 favorite actors of all time. So like he can do no wrong in any movie that he's in. But yeah, he's great. Brad Pitt's great. Meatloaf is wonderful in it. But yeah, there we go. Fight Club. Let's move
Meatloaf.
to. Yeah. Well, he would do anything for love.
But he won't do that.
All right, Jordan. Let's go number 2 here.
So moving on to another very misunderstood movie by a certain subsect of Twitter, and a movie that I could not call myself a self-respecting trans woman if I didn't pick first, and that is The Matrix.
Yep.
Probably one of the, like, the first Matrix is probably one of the, like, single greatest, like, sci-fi action films of all time, in my opinion. It's just, like, Keanu's perfect. It's, like, perfectly casted. It's, like, every action set piece, like, doesn't, overstep its, over the topness. It's just such a good movie.
Yeah. I remember being, like, to be honest with you, a little disappointed when I went to go see it. I was like late to the dance with The Matrix, and everybody that first of all, let me reference, I was a senior in high school in 1999. So and I know you guys, like, basically weren't alive. So
I was 6.
You were 6, and Jordan was.
I was anywhere between -5 months and 7 months old.
Jordan was not available. There's my wife quoting. But yeah, I saw the movie, and everybody had already, like, put it on that pedestal, and it was so high on the pedestal that it couldn't have reached that. I couldn't have reached that expectation. But it's a great movie. I love The Matrix. I saw it very, very, very high the first time, and it freaked the fuck out of me. But yeah, it was different at the time. It's kind of revolutionized a lot of different ways that they film, like with the bullets and everything.
Can I? Is this a safe space? Can I admit something? I've never seen The Matrix.
Why are you on this show?
You invited me. You know this. I have bad movie takes. You invited me.
Let's the background of the show is you guys wanted to challenge each other. That's why we did this, and you guys picked the topic. But
I'll peek behind the curtain. I was at work and really busy, and Jordan's like 1999 movies. I'm like, sure, fine, whatever, that's fine.
Right on. Steve, why don't you get him out of here?
All right, bye guys. Have a good night. I'm gonna quit like I quit ass.
All right. Let's head on to the next pick. What do you got for us, Sean?
A movie I have seen about 1 million times, and I think it's one of the great satires of capitalism of all time. I'm going to go with Office Space.
Yep.
Ooh.
Just an incredible and quotable and hilarious, funny movie that it's funnier the older I get and the more idiots I'm surrounded with.
Well, and it's funny because offices, and I work in an office all day, and it hasn't changed. It's still the same it always has been, and they kind of Mike Judge actually wraps it up so perfectly.
Yep, I saw it for the first time when I was like 13. I'm like, I bet this is funny to adults, and then I saw it again when I was like 17. I'm like, it is. It's very funny. It's great.
Every company, if you ever worked for a corporate, I work for a family owned business now, so like we don't really deal with any of that corporate nonsense. But like the Bob's coming in and you basically have to sing for your job pretty much at that point. But well, yeah, like the printers breaking all the time, and that happens to me every day still, and they've never printers are exactly the same they were 15 years ago.
Once every like 4 days, I'm like, this is just like Office Space.
The beating of the printer scene it's got to be one of the funniest scenes in a like that kind of satire.
Yep. Yeah, when they're beating the shit out of it with the bats.
Yeah.
Yep. That one actually didn't do well in the theater either. It made for 10 million. It made 10 million. So
Really?
yep. And I forgot to mention the Matrix budget was 63 million, and worldwide it made 467 million. So
Yeah.
couple bucks.
That's not bad.
bucks.
That's
And
not bad.
just like Jackie, I also bought a red swing line stapler for work after they put them out like on a limited basis.
I have at work, and we all fight over it. I have a silver, and it's the executive swing line stapler. So I win.
Well, okay. Well,
I'm
the
kind-
host, so.
I'm kind of a big deal. I'm a big wheel down at the Cracker Factory. So,
That's what they
But,
call my mom.
big wheel down at the Cracker Factory.
Just the Cracker Factory.
Jordan wins based on revenue. Okay, show's over. Jordan won.
Good night, everyone.
Although
night.
that wasn't the highest grossing film of the year. So
Yeah. Maybe I'll be. Yeah.
maybe it'll be drafted. I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one.
Although I guess you guys saw it when you were actual children. I was an adult when I saw it, and I was very upset. But we'll get
still
to that
don't
one.
think to this day I've actually seen it all the way through. But
Oh, right up.
the one we're talking about, hinting at.
Don't.
I don't know what we're talking about.
See,
Good.
yeah, we'll have a conversation about it. Trust me, I can't not bring that movie up at some point. But all right, let's go round 2. Sean, what do you got?
Oh, okay. I didn't know we're going snake. I am gonna go with another satire / dark comedy. I'm gonna go with Election.
Yeah, that was like number 3 or 4 on my list. I fucking love that movie.
It's so good. It's so funny. It's so well acted. Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon are both so great. It's incredible.
Yeah, I and even the background characters are also wonderful. Chris Klein is so good in that. He's the jock, but he's such a dumb shit. I love it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it seems like it was almost like that type of filming where it was almost reality-ish, like the way that they cut the scenes. It was almost that kind of style.
Yeah, it feels so ahead of its time.
Right. I feel like if it came out now, it would blow up. That movie again, that was another flop. 25 million budget, 14 million at the box office.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, that one got really big on DVD later on, and it was on I remember it used to be on HBO every 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it was on E all the goddamn time too. That's how I know it.
And I don't know if our guy Svo is in here, but I'm gonna mention that this is the best Chris Klein movie from 1999. You guys will get the joke, I guess.
Is Chris Klein the guy from Wild Wild West, or is that a different Chris Klein?
No, Chris Klein is the guy from the other high school comedy movie from 1999 that I'm not going to mention right now.
Fine.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. See, our guy K-Feds, he knows. I'm going to get some shit later when he listens or watches. But all right, Jordan, let's go with the next one.
I'm gonna go with one of the probably top 5 saddest animated movies of all time, and that is The Iron Giant.
Good call. On my list for sure.
God, it's such a good movie. Vin Diesel as a giant robot, that's where can you go wrong?
Gary Connick Jr.'s in it too.
Yeah, it's just so good. The animation's so good. It set Brad Bird up to do all the shit he did at Pixar with The Incredibles and Ratatouille. It's just so good. It's nice. It's like probably like not even just animated movies, probably the top 10 saddest endings of any movie that I can think of.
It is, but it's that was another one that was always I remember it was on HBO every 5 minutes. But again, that is another box office just absolute flop.
We're doing great. We're doing
It's
great.
because for animation, that movie cost $70 million to make, which is crazy, and it only made 23 at the box office.
I bet you it made a lot of money on DVD and VHS.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's where all the animated. That's where they make all their money. Yeah, for sure.
Is this a safe space again? I haven't seen it.
That's okay.
I might
No,
have seen
it-
it as a young kid, but I've never seen it.
It is. It doesn't reach that long, but you really should watch it. It holds up even now. It's a really good. It's a really good like tale of a boy who is kind of lost in his life and befriends
No spoilers. An Iron Giant? Is that
an
is that it?
Iron Giant. Yes.
I'm smart. And just like Steve Kniss just said, it was on Ted Lasso. That's the only thing I know from it. That's it.
a fun thing that my mom just texted me about that I remembered the other day, that I learned the other day, is that Vin Diesel's real name is Mark Sinclair.
You ever see the breakdancing videos?
No.
I
okay,
have
when you
seen
get-
those.
When you're done with this show, Jordan, you need to look up Vin Diesel breakdancing videos because he used to be a breakdancing teacher, and
I haven't seen
it's
any movies, but I've seen
freaking bizarre. Him and Alfonso Rubio were both Ribeiro, whatever, the Carlton from the Fresh Prince.
Rubio?
Did I say Rubio? Was it
Yes,
Ribeiro?
you did.
Oh, this is a giggly episode tonight.
I like giggling. It's fun.
All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the movie that that actually won Best Picture from 1999. American Beauty. I don't really want to talk too much about Kevin Spacey because he's Kevin fucking Spacey. But yeah, I absolutely love that movie. It's the perfect tale of dysfunctional American family. And just how fucked up money can make people. Annette Bening and Thora Birch are freaking phenomenal in that movie.
Mhm.
You know what's funny? You know, one thing I noticed watching it, I watched it not that long ago. So they never tell you exactly where it's set. What area you assume it's in, like California or something.
Yeah.
But there's a scene where you see the bench, like the bench in a bus stop for the king of real estate, which was Peter Gallagher's character, and it's got an 847 area code. So apparently American Beauty took place in like fucking Arlington Heights or something like that.
Knowing the
That
people
tracks.
in the North Burbs, yeah.
Yeah. And then like there's so many sad stories in that, like the neighbor who obviously is gay, like the guy, but he's just he's like an old hillbilly basically, and he doesn't want to admit it. So rather than obviously he's a sociopath because he ends up murdering the neighbor, but yes, I mean I didn't put this in yet. But yeah, I love that movie. It was Best Picture. I thought it was very well deserved. That one, let's get the numbers. Budget 15 million, gross 130. So,
Not bad.
yeah. There's a good quote from Sam Reeves. American Beauty more like Canadian Ugly.
That's
No, that's Coyote Ugly, Sam.
Yeah, he said it wrong.
No, Ellie, they're the same person.
They are the exact same person. Yeah, Sam Mendes and Shawn Mendes are the exact same person. Okay, I'm gonna go round 3 here. You know, all 3 of my top 3 still here. So I had Fight Club, I had American Beauty at 2, and the third one I'm gonna go with Green Mile. Frank Darabont, yeah, just yeah, that I think it's my favorite. Well, no, I can't say that because Stand By Me, but Stand By Me and Shawshank Redemption, but besides those 2, Green Mile is the best Stephen King. Yeah, I mean, it introduced us to why is the guy's name
Michael Clark
escaping me?
Duncan?
Michael Clark Duncan. Rest in peace. just a great movie. It was a good tale of supernatural almost. Well, it was supernatural.
Yes, very.
And then who really impressed me that movie was Patricia Clarkson, who played the warden's wife, who was dying of brain cancer or brain tumor that he sucked out of her body. But yeah, when she was all fucked up and screaming and swearing, she didn't know who she was. She's a very underrated actress, I think. I don't know if you've ever seen like 6 Feet Under or
She is great.
any of the other stuff she's been in. She's just a phenomenal actress. But yeah, Sam Rockwell is absolutely phenomenal as a crazy. Yeah.
He's great in everything. He's never had
Sam Rockwell had a big year in '99.
Yeah. He absolutely did. Okay, let's go Jordan, what do you got?
I'm gonna break my streak of kind of not kind of sci-fi movies, but I'm gonna break it, and I'm gonna go The Mummy.
Okay,
that's a good pick.
I mean, it's not the best film of the year, but it's one of the most fun movies. Brendan Fraser is just so hot in that movie.
Yes,
but
yes.
it's really good. It's a fun action adventure.
Hopefully, pretty soon we'll be able to say Oscar winner Brendan Fraser.
Oscar winner Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Oh, and he keeps after all these years, he's finally starting to correct people. It's actually Fraser and not Frazier.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Also, Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz is fantastic.
Rachel Weisz is amazing.
Weisz, whatever, same thing, same name. That's fine.
She's my wife will tell. I have a thing for Rachel Weisz always. So
me too.
Yep. Yep. See, Brandy agrees with you, Jordan. Did you like any of the sequels?
2 was great, right?
2 is the one with The Rock in it, right?
No,
The Rock in a couple of them.
He's in like a spin-off. He's like the Scorpion King in one of them.
Scorpion King, that's what it was. Right.
They make the Scorpion King spin-off, but he is like the big weird CGI villain in like the second or third one.
That movie made him a a movie star. I mean, like that was his first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A poorly CGI'd version of him was his first movie, but it was his first movie.
Yeah. All right. Sean, let's go round 3.
I'm going to keep with my theme of probably underrated comedies. I'm going to go with Galaxy Quest.
Good one.
Sorry, Jordan.
I needed to break up the monotony of the sci-fi movies, and I was like, well, I'll go The Mummy instead of Galaxy Quest.
I love Galaxy Quest. Alan Rickman in that is so funny. He's basically like the Spock,
Yeah, he's so good, and the world's biggest snitch, Tim Allen, also great in it.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver.
Was Tim Allen? Was he the one selling the coke on the set?
So he maybe. Did you ever hear that story? He got busted.
No, he got caught in Michigan.
Yeah, Kalamazoo. Yeah. He got caught with like 21 pounds of coke in the 70s, and he instead of going to jail, he snitched on all of his friends.
Like he was gonna fly. Like he was intending to distribute it too. Again, more Sam Rockwell too.
Oh yeah, Sam Rockwell again.
Yeah, more Sam Rockwell. Yes. Yeah, that was a really good. That was that. Tony Shalhoub was good in it as kind of like the.
Always great.
For some reason, Tony Shalhoub's character, like he had no major reaction to what was going on. He was just like, "Oh, hey guys."
We stand an unproblematic king. We love him.
I forgot. Rainn Wilson was in that movie too.
Yeah, very young Rainn Wilson. He was one of the aliens. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of stars in that movie.
Yeah, very young Justin Long. Yep. That was a really, really well cast film. Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. Tim Allen's made some good movies despite what we think of him personally. Have you ever seen Big Trouble?
No.
You should watch it. It's funny as hell. It's a Dave Barry book that they made into a movie, and it's really damn funny. The only reason it never got much recognition is because there's a bomb on a plane at some point in that movie, and it was like right after 9/11. So they filmed it during that time, and they had to like hold it for like a year because of that. But he always made some pretty good movies. Even like Santa Claus was the first one, at least, was good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am going to follow that up with an even weirder movie. I'm going to go with Being John Malkovich, because John Malkovich can do no wrong ever. I love him so much.
Malkovich?
Love Malkovich.
Fun fact: I am like 2 or 3 degrees of separation from John Malkovich.
What? You can't just say that and not what?
I'm a theater person, and my my lighting design professor used to work at Steppenwolf, and she worked on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with that had I can't remember his name, but Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump.
Oh,
and he was in some other things at Steppenwolf with John
Gary
Malkovich.
Sinise was always huge at Steppenwolf, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like one of the people who started it.
Yeah.
But he was in some early Steppenwolf stuff with John Malkovich. So I'm like 2 or 3 degrees. I'm like 3 degrees separate from both Kevin Bacon and John Malkovich.
Jesus, that's incredible.
That's
small world.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Jesus. Okay, let us go with the next one, Jordan. What do you got?
Oh God. I'm gonna pick another animated movie, and it's probably not the one that people. Actually, I'm gonna go with the one that people are probably waiting for. I'm gonna go Toy Story 2.
Okay.
Again, I really probably the best Toy Story, to be honest.
Yeah.
Toy Story,
I thought I like the third one the most.
3 and 4 made me cry, but I think Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story.
Okay.
I'm with her.
The second one's the one where they find the prospector and all that shit.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
That one makes me bawl like a.
Yeah, I mean the
so
scene
much
where
in that.
Jesse gets abandoned is enough to make you cry pretty hard.
Yeah, Because You Love Me. Tears. Just
Randy Newman breaks. Well, that wasn't
Fucking
Randy
Randy
Newman breaks everyone's heart.
Randy Newman is like an all-time great composer. I haven't had enough hot takes on this pod, but Randy Newman fucking.
He's really good. He's
one of the best movie composers ever. Yeah.
I just think it's commercial stuff too. Boom.
He's been nominated for like 40 Academy Awards. He's up there.
He's earned every single one of them too.
Yeah.
I love the Family Guy episode where they make fun of him. Who's
I
that
do
over
too.
there? That's Randy Newman. He just likes singing about what's happening. Red-headed lady reaching for an apple. Okay. Back to real quick Galaxy Quest. Just if anybody is enjoying the budget and gross numbers, $75 million budget, $90 million gross. So it did okay. I'm going to go with an absolute fucking horrible flop in the theater, but one of the best movies, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and that is Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stole that from me, but yeah, that's great.
Didn't it flop because
there was
of Columbine?
there was no distribution for it whatsoever. Like it made like $30,000 in the theater. Like they pulled it like immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's just a character-driven, brilliant movie from the brothers all the way. Like Willem Dafoe in that movie. Oh my god, he's so fucking funny in that.
Young Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's definitely like a super quotable movie. Fuck ass. Yeah, that was you'll be seeing Brandy's list later, but she already let in
It's a great one. It's fantastic. And growing up on the South Side, every single dude in the world got all their Irish tattoos from that because they don't understand irony at all.
What's the fucking cat's name? Okay. I don't even know if you like consider Boondock Saints a comedy, but I do.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
It's
go
like
with
dark
another
comedy.
yeah, it's an
right,
absolute dark
very
comedy.
dark comedy. Yes. Just don't watch the sequel.
No.
No. I think I spent 8 minutes on it. So Caitlin's made
Caitlin is right,
request.
though.
Yeah, Caitlin is right. Like,
Guys, I have 6 rounds on the board here. We can go as many as we want. I
There's
thought
too
6
many
was gonna
good
be too
movies in
much.
99.
Yeah, I
After
agree.
reading, yeah, we got more.
I agree. I'm gonna go one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. I'm gonna go Dogma for my next one.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a great one. That's
Good one.
fantastic.
Another one that was very hard for them to get out initially, just because the church was pitching a fucking fit.
Why would they do that?
Right. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Everybody was. Yeah. It was. That's. I honestly, that might be my favorite Kevin Smith movie. I love Mallrats. I will always love Mallrats, but it's probably on par. Funny thing, Dogma, you cannot find, or if you can find it on DVD or Blu-ray, it's very expensive because it's one of the Harvey Weinstein movies that they won't let out anymore.
Shocker.
Yeah. Linda Fiorentino's in it. She's awesome. Obviously Ben Affleck and Matt Damon as the angels. When Matt Damon's trying to convince the nun, to just quit, basically. That part's fucking phenomenal. George Carlin as the bishop, with Buddy Christ and everything. Chris Rock was the apostle. Again, another Alan Rickman brilliance as the Metatron. You gotta make with that at No Ticket. But yeah, I love Dogma. I thought it was. I honestly, like, if I had any inkling you guys were going to take it, I would have taken it sooner. But I'm taking it now.
Yeah, we're
same thing with
weird people who like comedy. Of course,
it was the same thing with Boondock Saints. I almost took it the second round. I was like, no, let's wait.
That's smart. You could have let that run a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, Yumper, Salma Hayek in that movie. Wow.
Yeah, another really well cast movie that year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Jason Lee's even great in that as well.
Big fan.
Weird Scientologist. Okay, Jordan, what do you got next?
Going to another really well cast movie, Girl Interrupted.
Yeah.
Just such I don't even know what to say about it. It's just a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great movie.
Well cast. I mean, Angelina Jolie in that movie
that was her breakout, right?
Yeah, no, that's her break. And I think she won Best Supporting Actress in that movie. It's probably
she did, yeah.
Really, really underrated for 99 at least. I think just in general, it's just like I don't have anything else to say.
No, and it's good at it. I appreciated movies in that era that kind of showed a little more about mental health problems.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of like whenever they talk about mental health, they always talk about just the sensationalist part of it, and they did a good job of presenting everything a little better. It's a movie about mansplaining.
I mean, but again, it's really well. I mean, Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie, Brittany Murphy, Elizabeth Moss, Clea Duvall. So many. I
forgot Elizabeth Moss was in that. Yeah,
I forgot Clea Duvall.
I love her.
Jared Leto's in that movie.
Mm.
I'm not familiar.
I don't know who had good.
I hate Jared Leto.
Who doesn't?
I don't know, like 12-year-old girls.
My wife likes Jared Leto, and she's not a 20-year-old girl.
I'm sorry, Brandy. Sorry.
All right, Sean, let's go next one for you.
Okay, I'm going to break this up a little bit because it's only comedy so far, and I do have range, I promise. I'm going to go with Any Given Sunday, which is a lot of people hate, that I really enjoy that movie.
Oliver Stone, right? Yeah.
Oliver Stone, Al Pacino.
There's not too many good football movies, and that actually I thought it was a good one.
There aren't too many good football movies. There's a lot of good football movies, Brian. I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you got? Waterboy?
Remember the Titans?
I'm with Brian on this. Brian, we agree on something.
The Longest Yard.
Which one?
Friday Night Light, the original one.
Okay.
Friday Night Lights.
I like the Friday Night Lights TV show more than like the movie.
Never saw the show, but I loved the movie.
Sean, do you like Rudy?
No, but I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I have to pretend that I do. Okay. But I don't like that movie. It's not.
I want to remind you that I have the ability to kick you out of here.
Go Irish. Oh, an Irish Catholic person getting persecuted against. Where have I heard that before? Oh my God. Proud of that one.
No, it's a good movie. I feel like it's one of those that it sensationalizes everything a little too much. Like,
agree.
Like, it seems like Oliver Stone pulled every bad thing that happened in football and just sucked it into that movie. You know what I mean? Like, from domestic violence to drug abuse to just all the and it's I don't know. Have you ever seen the TV show Playmakers that was on ESPN?
Yeah, that the NFL killed. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
it's basically a television series that's Any Given Sunday. And yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a good movie. I agree with you. It's very, very over the top, but it kind of defines Al Pacino a little bit, his acting style in general. Like, yeah, he always just takes it to that level that you don't kind of need him to, you know.
And the inch by inch scene is so good. So, and then
he fucks everybody over at the end, and he goes somewhere else, and he takes the quarterback with him.
Yeah, after the most incredible.
That's the best part. That's the best part in the whole movie is the credits when he's like, "Oh, I moving on to a new team. I just took Willie Beeman with me." Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Steamin' Willie Beeman, the greatest. For my next pick, I'm gonna go back to stupid comedies because I don't have that much range. I'm gonna go with Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, good one.
Just an incredibly quotable and fun and funny movie. A couple years ago, I was like, this can't hold up. And I watched it. I'm like, it does. It really, really does.
A lot of the time at work when we're just sitting there and it's quiet, I like to, I'm one of the managers in there, so I like to make people giggle a little bit, So I'll do like the Will Ferrell, like, it's beginning to smell like almonds, and that's not good.
It's
that seems so much.
It's such a good movie that it made the people who make James Bond change how they make James Bond because they realized it's such a perfect satire of James Bond. They had to make it darker.
It really, really is. It really, and like Fat Bastard's a perfect example of like that. He actually looks like a Bond villain, but
that was so good. That was so good. That's in here.
Yeah, which one? Yeah, Beyonce was in the third one, but it's like they had some good names in those movies too.
The third one was awful, but again, it was funny as hell. Still, like it's still really fun. Just for the just for Goldmember.
Yeah. I disagree, but I was also like 9 or 10 when that movie came out. So that movie was made for Sean O'Brien, and that's about it. Like, I was the perfect age to like Austin Powers. I'm like, all right, cool.
Sorry, I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch. Yes, Foxy Cleopatra. That's
Foxy Cleopatra.
That's a woman. How many porno movies do you think there are with the name Foxy Cleopatra in it? Because I think there's probably a handful of them.
At least 7.
Yeah.
About 1,000. And
like 100% agree.
And an incredible reference to Foxy Brown, which is even better.
Yeah.
They're all great movies.
Absolutely. Okay, Jordan.
I'm gonna go back to the world of animated movies here, and I'm gonna go for an animated musical. And not the one you're probably thinking. I'm going South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yeah, that's Yeah.
I think I DVR'd this on Comedy Central when I was like 13 or 14 years old, and it's like it's probably like one of the more tame things that South Park has ever done, but it's still raunchy as hell and fucking hilarious.
That is and I don't know if Brandy's still in the room, but Brandy and I used to watch it all the time. The music in it is just perfect. They did a perfect job with the music, and they even got nominated for an Oscar for it. So
I mean, there are so many good parodies of like other songs from musicals too, like the mid-act break being like the perfect parody of One Day More from Les Mis. It's just
it's very good. I actually have the soundtrack on vinyl. I bought it on a record store day, and it's like it comes in this huge ass box, and there's like 9 records in there, and it's really good.
That's awesome.
I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. That's actually from the show and not the movie, Jackie.
Get Jackie. God, get it together. God. I love you.
Did you guys ever see who performed Blame Canada at the Oscars that year?
No, who was it?
Robin Williams.
It's great.
It's so fucking funny.
That's great. This is another one of those movies that kind of came out like right at the perfect time to be in my wheelhouse, even though I saw it like once, but everyone in my class would quote this every single day because we were like 7 when it started coming out, and everyone would talk about it all the time.
I remember I was in high school when South Park was starting to get popular, and I used to do community service on the side with school through the high school, and I worked at an elementary school, and the kids the 7-year-old kids used to quote South Park, and I'd be like, oh Jesus, this is really fucking happening. Like,
isn't that the movie itself? Like that,
and
is...
like right, exactly. And 17-year-old Brian can't fucking laugh at a 5-year-old saying, suck my balls.
Uncle fucker.
Right, exactly.
I'm laughing at it now.
Right.
Brian, say balls again.
Balls. Suck my balls.
No, thank you. But hey, Noodles.
Thank you, Roxy. Yes, there's a big box to go along with bigger, longer, and uncut.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab some.
Yeah. Okay, I am gonna go with my next one here. Oh, by the way, South Park, $21 million budget, $83 million at the box office.
Not bad.
It did okay.
I'm getting all the big winners of this year.
Right.
Except for that one,
I usually kind of deviate from my I rank everything before the show starts, and then when the show starts, it like all hell breaks loose with my lists. I'm actually going to take the next 2 that are on my list in order. So, first time for everything. First one, I'm going with Man on the Moon, which is I would say for me that's probably my second favorite Jim Carrey movie. I'm weird with Jim Carrey. I actually like Jim Carrey movies where he's normal. My other favorite Jim Carrey movie is The Majestic. So, but yeah,
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, no, he's fantastic in that. But yeah, Man on the Moon. I always thought it was kind of funny that they actually managed to get everybody that was in the cast of Taxi to be in it, as themselves again. And then obviously it's probably the only time most of us have ever seen Courtney Love sober.
Jesus.
So it's kind of fun. Hey, I gotta be a little spicy. It's a podcast, baby. I got people gotta watch, right?
And Jim Carrey pissed off Jerry Lawler so much.
So much. Jerry Lawler hated it.
Yep. But Jim Carrey lost his fucking mind making that, so
he claims he was inhabited by the spirit of why can't I remember his name?
He was inhabited by the spirit of cocaine.
Well, that's all the
and Andy Kaufman.
Not Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman, thank you. But Steve is absolutely right. The documentary is fantastic. They put it out a couple years ago.
They actually made another one. What channel is that? Vice TV made a series called Tales from the Territory, which they tell old wrestling stories, and there's an entire episode devoted to Andy Kaufman, and it's really, I mean, that documentary is phenomenal, but yeah, if you get a chance, watch the Vice one, because actually Jerry Lawler is one of the hosts of that documentary. So and then Jerry Jarrett and Jimmy Hart was his manager, and Jerry Jarrett was the promoter, and they're both, it's like those three sitting at a table talking about Andy Kaufman. So like you get a lot more behind the curtain stuff than we had before. So yes, Man on the Moon 2, Too Furious. Yes, Sam. Yes, they're waiting for him to be resurrected first. It's mostly going to be about Tony Clifton though.
That's a solid joke. And also 2 great REM songs in Man on the Moon. 2 amazing REM songs.
That's the reason they called it Man on the Moon, was the REM song.
Yeah.
Right. And then there was that other one, The Great Beyond, which is also a banger.
Everything from REM is a banger.
I agree, Brian. Brian, see?
Did we just become best friends?
See, it's not just the Sandlot. We are buddies. We got it.
Sean, do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Okay. Jordan, is it okay if Sean and I turn our beds into bunk beds?
Sure.
How much room
I don't remember the quote from the movie.
Do you want to see my samurai sword? It's signed by Randy Jackson.
I'm running out of quotes on this, despite the fact that when we came out, I was like 10.
Okay. You know what's funny is I have like little mini notes for movies that I wanted to pick, and I really have a note. Only time most have seen Courtney Love sober. Okay. Next pick. Hey Missy. I'm gonna go with well, you already picked The Mummy. That wasn't the only Brendan Fraser movie from 1999. I am going with Blast from the Past.
That's a good one. That really is a good one.
Chris Walken is so good in that.
Yeah, he's good at everything. Weird guys being weird guys is a great genre.
He like the whole movie is just walking around going commies. Commies. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I it's so silly. It's so funny. It's another one that's like it's way towards the top of my wife's list as well. Yeah, it just like he's such a uninformed guy. He's never been in public before, so he's walking around and he doesn't know what anybody does or what anything is. It's just like a fish out of water, perfect movie. But all right, let us go with, what do you got, Jordan?
Oh God, this last one's I'm still trying to figure out, but I'm thinking 10 Things I Hate About You.
That, I'm shocked it lasted this long. I really am.
A movie I have seen clips of and bits and pieces. I have not seen the entire movie, but I feel like everyone knows it.
So you can be overwhelmed and you can be underwhelmed. Can you ever just be whelmed? That's my favorite line in the whole movie.
That's from that movie?
Yes.
That was from like The Office.
No.
Oh.
No. And then like their dad is a gynecologist, so he knows like don't have sex.
Their dad is like the all-time great character actor in that I don't know his name, but every time I see him, hey, it's that guy. I love that guy. I have no idea what his name is.
He is he used to be on Real Time with Bill Maher all the time. Like he's like real political. And not the way you want him to be.
I forgot. Yeah.
No.
Another good cast too.
Yeah, your video froze there for a second. But
am I here? Because I just heard you guys break up for like 45 seconds.
Yes.
I'm here?
Yes, you're here.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. Do you guys want to do an 8th round?
Yeah, let's do an 8th round.
Let's do one more round because I got 2 more movies on this list that I've actually seen because I don't watch movies.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me get this. Okay, what do you got?
I am gonna go with The World Is Not Enough, which is a all-time bad James Bond movie, but it's a lot of fun and really stupid. They should make stupid Bond movies again.
See, but Austin Powers killed it is the problem. Just
Right.
make another
I
Austin
agree
Powers
with that.
movie.
And so did Mission Impossible, because Mission Impossible became fun, and they decided they're gonna lean into being the dark and heavy movies. But the 90s Bond movies are all really stupid and a lot of fun and really silly, and I like that.
I'll be honest with you, I've never seen it. I've never really enjoyed except for the Sean Connery ones because they're so fucking outrageous. I've never really watched Bond much.
Yeah, there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad, but I mean, they're mostly all enjoyable. Like, even the bad ones are pretty self-aware about the fact that it's really stupid, and that's fun.
Sure. Yeah, you can't go wrong with, especially if there's silly elements to it that just defies logic, which pretty much what James Bond is. So
There's a bunch of British people doing cocaine, which sounds really fun.
it's like the making of the He-Man cartoon. If you've ever watched the Toys That Made Us, it was just them doing cocaine and making up weird characters.
I would have loved to be alive in the 80s. That sounds fun.
So, Steve, yes, I'll do a Bond draft, but I'll just moderate. I can't draft because, like I said, I've seen like 2.
I will actually do that if I would love to do that.
Okay.
Okay. And my next pick, I'm gonna go with Big Daddy, which
Let's go on.
They're all the same. Every Adam Sandler movie in the 90s is the exact same, but they're all so much fun.
I think I with the old balls.
It is. It is.
Yeah, his chemistry with those kids is pretty tremendous.
Yeah,
Leslie Mann's great in that too. She always plays a good asshole.
Jon Stewart's great in that. Everyone's great in that. They're all a lot of fun. Rob Schneider.
Hey, you always order 3-piece of cheesecake.
Keep hope. Keep hope anonymous.
You give him all the easy ones.
Hooters
where would you rank that with all the other Adam Sandler movies? Would you put it towards the top?
In terms of like 90s, because that's kind of what I'm looking at, of like the fun ones from when I was a kid, because he went serious after a while. But it's in the bottom half, but it's only because someone has to be number 6 out of like 9. Like, the top is so good that you go, okay, Big Daddy is on the downswing, but that's still like an 85 for me. Probably again because I saw it when I was 7 or 8 years old and I loved it ever since.
Okay.
Fids, I also wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass. I own my own ass.
I do own a Scuba Steve, no, actually it's a Scuba Sam bobble or Funko Pop.
Scuba Sam, the offshoot.
I'm Scuba Steve's father. Be nice to the delivery guy. It's not his fault he can't read.
Stop beating him up.
Yeah, I agree, Jackie. Those are still the 2 best.
I would agree with that.
I do not, and I agree. I disagree. I agree with you, and then I disagree because I've never liked Little Nicky.
I liked Little Nicky a lot, and I loved Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is very solid. Yes, I agree with that one.
But again, when you have like 9 Hall of Fame movies and one really good one, you're like, well, this movie's number 10 because it's Mr. Deeds.
Oh wow, the board actually fit. I didn't think it was going to. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, what do you got next?
I'm gonna go with probably my most controversial pick.
It's a porno?
No.
Oh.
And it's specifically because Duel of the Fates is probably one of the best scenes in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I am going Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Hard agree, Jordan. Hard agree.
It's no longer one of the worst Star Wars movies since the sequels came out. Attack of the Clones is probably still the worst, but like 8 and 9 or 9 is up there pretty high.
Revenge of the
Phantom-
Sith is not good either.
Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels.
Attack of the Clones, I almost walked out of the theater when they started rolling around in the meadow, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm out of here. Like
Phantom Menace,
Darth Vader doesn't roll in the meadow with women. Come on, guy.
but Darth Maul is one of the coolest Star Wars characters, and I'm so glad he got brought back in like Clone Wars and shit, because otherwise he's like the most what if character in probably the entirety of like a cinematic universe. But it's fucking John Williams kicks it out of the fucking park with Duel of the Fates, the song, and that whole scene is just crazy. It's just so good.
That is probably I think that's the best duel. Well, I don't know, Anakin and Obi-Wan with the lava and all that shit's pretty amazing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the prequels get a lot of hate they're not great, but they're not the worst movies in the world.
They're not great. They're not the greatest Star Wars movies, but they're pretty good movies on their own if they weren't part of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, there becomes a thing with them that kind of happened to the sequels, that everyone hates them so much, and I don't like that energy. So I'm just like, guys, they're not that. I find myself having to defend them, even though I didn't like them that much.
The real problem for me with Phantom Menace is, well, first of all, the kid is a fucking terrible actor.
You hate
Jake Lloyd. Jake Lloyd's just
I hate
Pod racing scene is very cool. I'll admit that. That movie was made for children. Racing. That movie was made, and George Lucas said this, I'm making these prequels for children, which is funny because he ends up murdering a bunch of children in the third one. But the one scene that freaks me out and kind of creeps me out a little bit is the end, when they're all getting like the parade with the Gungans and all that, and Amidala is standing there and she's smiling and looking down at Anakin, and he's like, are you fucking grooming him? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Well, she was for sure grooming him. The real villain of the Star Wars universe is Padme Amidala.
That didn't jive for me. Jake Lloyd was not fine in any movie, Comic Punk Guy. You take that back.
Dude, Jingle All the Way is not from '99.
Oh, he is. He is
incredible movie.
I don't mean to be mean about the kid. He tried his best. It's not like
he got bullied into some terrible shit that happened to him. So I'm gonna let him slide.
And I'm gonna post this one again because I internally am like pissing myself laughing.
It's such a good joke.
And anybody listening to the audio one, our buddy Sam Reeves mentioned in the chat, and only Sox fans will get this, but Howard Anakin Law. So that's an SNL sketch, like a local SNL sketch. Maybe I'll do that for the 108 tournament. What do you guys think?
I mean, you gotta get Tim Anderson to say Howard Anakin Law, and he's just thinking all burnt up and shit.
That would be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go last pick. Jesus, I know Caitlin wanted me to do She's All That. We'll talk about She's All That. I'm not gonna pick it. I think She's All That is fucking hilarious, but yeah. If I don't pick this movie, I already pissed him off with my Chris Klein comment, but I'm going to pick the other Chris Klein movie, and I'll go American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't particularly I mean, I like it. It was funny. It was good. It was, clever. It was groundbreaking. It brought that genre back to film, that gross out kind of comedy that, like Porky's and those other movies brought. But yeah, it I don't think it holds up, honestly. If you watch it now, you're like, this is fucking terrible. But usually Levy's great in it. All the kids are great in it. Stifler's awesome in it. The Shit Break and all the characters are great. And obviously the band Geek, and it's a great movie, and it spawned a couple of pretty bad sequels. But yeah, it has to be picked. And I think tomorrow night at the Wiener Circle for the Yumper and Svo show with the Chicago Sports Bums, he'll probably give me a hug because I didn't leave it undrafted, so had to go there.
Are we doing worse?
Yes, but let's real quick before we do worst. Let's do. Are there any that you feel like should have been picked but weren't picked?
Yeah, can I give an OLI just one? Wild Wild West is a dog shit movie, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I loved that movie when I was a kid. Loved that movie.
And again, I want to correct you for earlier. It was Kevin Kline and not Chris Kline on that one.
I'm bad with names. I'm bad at a lot of things.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to, you know.
Yeah, you said Chris Kline earlier. I'm like, I loved Wild Wild West. What a great movie.
Dave is my favorite film with Kevin Kline.
That's a great joke.
I mean, we missed some heavy hitters there, like Magnolia.
Yeah, my buddy Kevin, listener to the show, is going to be pissed off because when I told him we were doing this, he goes, "Are you picking Magnolia one?" I go, "No." He goes, "Then you fucking lost." So,
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut's good.
Cruel Intentions.
Good and bad. I feel like Eyes Wide Shut would have been great if Stanley Kubrick hadn't died while they were making it.
Yeah,
like that kind of put a damper on the film a little bit.
We talked about this in the pre-show. Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Second highest grossing movie of the year, which was kind of surprising because you would have thought The Matrix would have done better than that.
Was it Notting Hill #1?
No.
Let's hear this real quick.
Okay.
Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There's the highest grossing films of the year. Right
Fids
there.
is right.
Tarzan.
Tarzan, The Mummy.
What is Mystery Men? What is that?
Oh, you never seen Mystery Men?
No, I don't want to keep
saying it was hilarious.
Movies, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of like fuck up superheroes basically.
Oh, I didn't like that conceit.
Pee Wee Herman's in it. He's fucking phenomenal. Yeah, 8mm, really good. I forgot about that one. A couple on my list. Go is a very good movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
No.
Jay Moore and Scott Wolf are actors, and they're gay and they're fucking tremendous together in that movie.
Jay Moore is everything.
Superstar.
Yeah. Was Superstar 99? Wow.
Yeah, Superstar's 99. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Notting Hill was 99, and you had mentioned Notting Hill earlier. I think Notting Hill is hilarious, but not because of Hugh Grant or Julia Roberts, but because of his friends. His group of friends are freaking hilarious in that movie. Run Lola Run, good one. CPG.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Can I shout out Caitlin with Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, because that was a moment. That was a fucking incredible decom.
We have the movie that has the Guinness Book of World Records most money made for every dollar spent from 1999.
What's that?
The Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah. I saw that at a theater. I went to visit my sister at college. She's at the University of Missouri, and we went to a theater in the wood. The theater was in the woods, and afterwards, like everybody walked into the woods after the movie was over. So it's kind of cool. That was kind of cool. It was weird, but yeah.
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man's good. We forgot
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues football movie. We forgot the two monster movies of the year. We got Lake Placid and Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea is such a good movie. I mean, it's not, but it was a fun one.
It's a good bad movie. Yeah. You
Godzilla
ate my bird.
We're talking.
I'm sorry, Jordan.
We're talking monster movies. Godzilla 2000.
Did that come out in 99?
Yep.
Was that the Matthew Broderick one?
Yep.
That's the worst movie ever made.
Okay, disagree. Hard disagree. But also, I was 6 years old when I saw it, and I thought it was amazing.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's fucking bad, man. Watch it now, and you're like,
incredible.
Oh God.
Soundtrack's so good.
We talked about The Sixth Sense for a minute. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's first movie. It was good. It was a good movie. I'm not a huge M. Night Shyamalan guy. But what else do we have here? She's All That. Inspector Gadget, another Matthew Broderick. That was a big year. That was a big year for Matt, huh?
He's having a moment.
Yeah. We should talk about She's All That for a minute. Because there's two of the best worst scenes in the history of movies are in that one when Kevin Pollak is sitting in the background watching Jeopardy and just screaming out the wrong answers, like just terribly wrong answers to everything that he's watching. And then they go to the dance at the end, and there's this like the whole school does like a choreographed dance routine to like Fatboy Slim. It's fucking horrible.
Not
I just thought that was
a
a thing you guys did. You old people who were in high school in the 90s. I thought you guys would all dance like that.
No, that didn't happen.
No.
It's not a movie per se. It's a documentary, but I know Brian would appreciate it.
Beyond the Mat, right?
Yeah, Beyond the Mat, yeah.
That was the next one I was going to mention. If you haven't seen Beyond the Mat, that is a phenomenal documentary. He follows four different wrestlers. Mick Foley at the height of Mick Foley, where he's the world champion and he was still doing crazy, stupid shit. And you saw like how his family reacted to the horrible things that Mick Foley would do to his body.
And the horrible things that The Rock did to Mick Foley's body.
Right. Hit him in the head with a chair 35 fucking times. And then you follow Terry Funk, who he was the next step from Mick Foley, where his body was just dead basically, and he kept going. And then you got they followed Jake the Snake, who at that point was old and kind of washed up and trying to still make money wrestling, but he had a terrible drug addiction, and he was on the road smoking crack in the hotels before matches. And
Crack?
Yeah, he was he's a total crackhead. Yeah.
He was on crack?
Yeah. If you want to see something real fucked up, what's it called? Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, that just came out, right?
So, well, it's been out for a few years, but there's an episode about Jake the Snake's dad. Watch it. It explains why Jake the Snake is so fucked up. It's a nightmarish life that he has led. So
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to DDP though for basically saving his life.
He did that to a lot of people. Scott Hall lived the last few years of his life pretty well because of DDP. Yeah. That yoga's saved many lives. But yeah, that was a great documentary from that year. That was actually on my list as well, Jordan. So it's towards the bottom, but it was there. So yeah, let's go into the worst movie of the year. Why don't you start, Jordan?
Oh yeah, cool. Sean, you're gonna hate me for this.
I would never.
I'm gonna say Wild Wild West.
No, that's fair. It sucks.
I thought about it.
The fact that Will Smith turned down The Matrix for Wild Wild West has got to be one of the like craziest, like not coincidences, but like got to be one of the worst times someone's turned down a movie for just such a worse movie.
It's pretty fucking bad.
Look, I'm not gonna defend it because it's garbage dog shit movie, but also I was 7 and I was like, cool, Mechanical Spider, Old West, Cowboys, Kevin Kline wears makeup to be the president of the United States. It's an incredible movie. It's incredible, but it sucks.
I appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of movies that you watch when you're a little kid and you're like, now you watch it now and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
That's every single movie on my list.
That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, Sean, what do you got?
I'm actually going to go with Deep Blue Sea, which I had a girlfriend in college who made me watch it with her. And I was like,
I'm just going to stare angrily at you.
And I was like, this is the opposite of my feeling on Deep Wild Wild West. Like, it's incredibly fun, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Love you too, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it is really bad, but it's one of those, like, if it's on TV, I'll watch it every fucking time. Every single time I will watch that movie. So, definitely, yeah. I was gonna go Star Wars Phantom Menace, and I already talked about, a children's movie where a 20-something woman is grooming a 9-year-old kid, but let's
I think she's only 14 according to the Weird Al song.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess that's that's somewhat logical, maybe. I don't know.
I like that we're going to weird.
So in 1997, Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme did a movie together called Double Team. And I mean, it's a big pile of shit, but it did well at the box office. So I think it convinced a producer to do a movie called Simon Says with Dennis Rodman. It's just him, and he plays it. He plays an Interpol agent attempting to defeat the deadly plans of a crazed arms dealer. It's the worst piece of shit you'll ever watch in your life. Dennis Rodman in any type of position of authority is the funniest thing I've ever seen. But it's just a gigantic pile of crap. Let's look at the number real quick here. It cost $10 million to make. It made $292,000 at the movie at the theater. So it was probably out for. So opening weekend, it made 185 grand. So it's probably open for 2 weeks, and then out the door. Just a really bad one. CPG, we did briefly talk about Eyes Wide Shut. I think it would have been a lot better if Stanley Kubrick hadn't selfishly passed away while they were making it.
How dare he?
That son of a bitch. But yeah, I it's okay. I mean, it's basically like, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically a horror movie where the antagonist is sex, basically. So
Yeah.
it's a thriller where the villain is sex.
I mean, is it? Yeah.
So we got that going for us. So one more thing I did, I threw up on Twitter. Hang on one second. I actually need to load another list that I got today. So I loaded a thing on Twitter. I said, look, we're doing 1999 movies. Why don't you, if you'd like to submit your lists, and we'll go over them on the pod just to kind of reference our picks compared to everybody else's. I'm gonna go first one with Jeff Muggs at Jeff Muggs. So his list, I'm just gonna read his list. All the other ones I have actually an image of, but this is just from a DM. American Pie, Star Wars Episode 1, Office Space, October Sky. We didn't talk about October Sky. Have you ever seen that?
No.
That's a good movie. You should watch it. Kind of a throwbacky film. Very, very solid. 8mm. Someone mentioned that earlier. Detroit Rock City is a fun movie. And I noticed somebody just mentioned it. CPG just mentioned it in the chat, but he put that on his list.
No one is fun.
Blast from the Past, Toy Story 2, Idle Hands. Idle Hands is pretty funny. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
I haven't seen it in so long. Give me 1 second here. Let me throw it up on IMDb here. Seth Green's in it. And he's basically becomes a zombie. His right hand, I don't know if it's him. No, it's a different actor. His right hand becomes possessed by a demon. Yeah, there we go. Devon Sawa.
Devon Sawa. Yeah.
His hand becomes possessed by a demon and starts killing people, and it's funny as hell. So yeah, Jessica Alba's in it. I forgot about that. And yeah, Al with the best description of October Sky. It's very visual. So I would definitely recommend that one. Honorable mentions: Iron Giant, Cruel Intentions. We didn't really talk about. It's a fun movie to watch. I it's one of those that you sit down and watch. I didn't really think it was particularly good, but so yeah, let me go to the other lists here. I'm going to start with. So this is from Aloha Mr. Hand, or Guy Pete. This is not in any order, is what he told me, but these are his 20 from the year. And it looks like pretty much everything was drafted. Payback wasn't listed. Bowfinger, Payback.
Analyze this.
Yeah.
Analyze this was from that year. Yeah.
Both of those are great.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, Analyze This is really funny. Okay, so next let's go to Sugar Baggy, otherwise known as Chelsea. That's his list. Talented Mr. Ripley, Stir of Echoes, Ninth Gate. We didn't I don't know if you guys know Sugar Baggy. He's got a really good movie podcast called Hook Up on Film. Both of what, Roxy? Here's our guy.
I like us sitting in silence after the setup to a joke. We're like, you guys all get it.
All right, this is Svo's list from the year.
Yeah,
I knew he'd have American Pie up there pretty high. There we go.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks for finishing it. I didn't want to say it.
Thanks for finishing Bofa, Al.
And here's K-Fids.
Yeah, that's a great list.
So pretty much we've already discussed everything, but yeah, that's a good list. I wanted to have the Matrix high. I ended up having Matrix like 9 or 10 on my list, and I wanted to have it higher, but there's so many fucking great movies from this year. Like literally, Jordan, you picked like the best year of movies ever, and I know you just picked it. You said you picked it because it was the year you were born, but this is like the best year in film history. I think like
it's pretty damn hard.
I could do a whole other podcast, and we could keep drafting probably. So
we could.
And then finally, this is my wife Brandy's list. She did 20.
Ed
she
TV.
put Idle Hands. Yeah, Ed TV's. I thought it was a ripoff of the Truman Show.
It was.
Runaway Bride has some funny moments. I'm one of those dudes that's a sucker for rom-coms.
Yeah.
So definitely. Oh yeah, Roxy would have picked Ed TV first. But yeah, my wife watches Boondock Saints at least once a month. For the last 24 years. So definitely a movie she enjoys. We watch Go a lot. We've watched that a million times together. And she's probably pretty pissed off at you, Sean, for your Deep Blue Sea slander.
It's not slander to say it's really good, but also dog shit. That's not slander.
I know. It's so like when I say I say this to people a lot, they don't understand what I mean. They get upset when I say it's so bad that it's great. It's
one of those. And also, Jackie made a great point. Never Been Kissed is an incredible movie.
Never Been Kissed is good. Yeah. What's his name is really funny in that. Why is my brain not working right now? The dude that was married to Courtney Cox, David Arquette.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't let David Arquette wrestle. Yeah, former WCW world champion David Arquette.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was a wrestling world champion.
Mr.
So they were making a movie. They were making a movie with WCW called Ready to Rumble, and they were promoting it. And they booked him to win the world championship.
John Cena's in that movie.
Where?
He's like an extra in the
really?
The background. Yeah, they like did it in like the gym in Southern California.
He was probably in wrestling school at that point.
Yeah, him and like Samoa Joe are like extras in the background of that movie.
That's incredible.
Funny. I never know that. Yeah. That movie's awful and hilarious at the same time. There's a scene where him and the guy from Varsity Blues that steals the cop car. You remember that? The guy like the guy that likes to drink and party and
Bobby Ray? I don't know.
No, that anyway, he's in that too, and there's a scene where David Arquette and him are in a van with a bunch of nuns, and he's playing the guitar, and he starts playing with what's the Van Halen song? Running with the Devil. The nuns, and the nuns know all the lyrics and start singing with them. It's actually pretty funny. Scott Kahn, thank you, James Caan's son. Who's also on he was on Hawaii 5-0, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. He was on all of those CBS dog shit police procedurals. He was on like 5 of them.
All right, guys. Who won?
I'm going to go with Jordan.
Jordan did a good job.
I'm gonna have to say me too, just because I'm self-centered.
Well, we'll let the voters decide. So I don't know if you guys know. I put up a poll like maybe within 10 minutes of our show closing. So
I'm gonna get fucking waxed in this.
Both of you are about to get fucking waxed in this.
You bastards. All right. So let's. So do you have anything you guys want to plug? Do you have any articles on all sports scene coming out, or Southside Sox or anything?
Jordan, go ahead.
I'm just gonna plug the. Well, I haven't written anything in a while, but I have a great article. My only article asks about how about the White Sox are like a trans woman.
I'm gonna have to read that. That sounds great.
That'll work out.
It's almost a year old now, but still a good one.
I am going to plug, I have 2 articles out on Ass. One is me ranking all the NFL starting quarterbacks by hair. And the other one, F1 is coming back in a couple weeks, and I ranked all the F1 drivers by how much I hate them. And that was a lot of fun to write. So please read that and let me know.
Where was Jimmy Garoppolo on the NFL list?
I ranked him like 18 because he's too hot that it makes me mad, and he drops points because of that.
Guess who took his football portraits when he was in high school?
Was it you?
This guy. Yeah, I used to work for a photography company, and we used to have Rolling Meadows High School, and he was the quarterback.
Did he break the camera because he's so attractive?
I didn't even know who he was until many years later. So, but yeah, thanks guys for being on. I really appreciate it. It was a good show. We had a lot of fun here. Anytime you guys want to be on again, please feel free. I am gonna plug a couple of things real quick before we're off. First things first. Tomorrow night at the Wiener Circle, we have Yumper and Svo at the show with the Bums. 6:15 at the Wiener Circle, and then we're going to Burwood Tap afterwards to hang out. So please come on by if you can. We're gonna have a good time. I'm also gonna talk about real quick. Let me get something up here. I'm slow with this stuff still. I'm still new.
You're doing great, Brian. You're doing great.
We do have a shop, so if you want to get some It's Getting Drafty in Here gear, stop on over at it's etsy.com/The Tainted Glove. Lots and lots of hats, shirts, just all kinds of mumbo jumbo. So go ahead and do that. So this will be we're going to be we're going to be doing this regularly on Fridays moving forward. My next show will be March 3rd, so I'm taking next week off. This is my 5th podcast in like 9 days or something like that, so I'm gonna put my head through a wall. But I love putting my head through a wall, I guess. So yeah, March 3rd will be the next show. I'm gonna have basically the same group that I had on for the Nintendo draft. So Jackie will be on, as well as Yumper, Baloney will be on as well. And we're gonna do, this was one that I had planned to do when I started to kind of formulate various topics for drafts. We're gonna do another movie one. It's comedy movie villains. So that's going to be a really fun one. And from the Nintendo one, if you watch that one, the chemistry between that group that I had on was fucking magic. So we'll have a great time with that one. So be on the lookout for that. I may come out with an episode next week of Pop-Up Socks as well. So be on the lookout if the Socks do anything, something stupid again. We'll be doing that. So yeah, with that, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Buddy, don't wait for me.
All right.